All right, yo, what's good, Knicks Nation? You thought we weren't gonna do a post-game live? Come on, guys. It just took a little technical difficulties. We had to do some work behind the scenes to make it happen, but don't worry, we're here, we're locked in. How can we leave you guys stranded? Right. On their own home court. Celtics. You know they had to come correct for this game. And that they did. Now, it looked like it was a close one from the jump in the first quarter, but the New York Knicks said, you know what? We got to pack this team up and have them just have them out of here, ship them away. And that's what they did from the second quarter. Josh Hart, Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, all these guys got into double digits. We had 4 Knicks score over 20 points in this one. And in the third quarter, this team continued to put the beating on the Indiana Pacers. We had a scoreless Tyrese Halliburton, 0 for 8 from downtown. That's what you love to see. This Knicks team got back on track tonight, got the win at home against the lowly Pacers, the fake Reggie Miller that they have out there, and one Tyrese Halliburton. You couldn't get one tonight, pal. You couldn't get one tonight. And so the Knicks end up winning this one, 123-98. It was such a good win. Even Hukporty Hive got activated. Kolek was out there as well. All right. It was a good win for the New York Knicks, baby. With me on the other side is my guy, CK2K. We want to hear your takes tonight as well. So make sure to tap it through the Discord, all right? And make sure to hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And make sure to support our sponsors, a new one and Manscaped. I'll get to the new one in a bit. But CK, my guy, you did a phenomenal job on play-by-play. Salute to you as always.
Thank you.
How you feeling, man? We got the win. We demolished the Indiana Pacers tonight. Man. What's going on, man?
Everything I asked for before the game started all took place. So I'm happy. And the Knicks won. Everything was great. Josh Hart, I asked for him to be aggressive. He said, I got you, CK. OG Anunoby, Mr. Big Contract. I said, go ahead and take on your old teammate. He said, I got you, CK. Mikal, Big Money Bridges. I said, don't listen to them, bro. Show them who you really are. He said, CK, I got you. Okay. Deuce McBride continued. Jalen Brunson on that MVP track, like I'm trying to tell all the homies. I loved this game. And like you said, Alex, you said it a little too, you said it too nicely, Alex. You said it and then we moved on. I wanted to marinate. I want people to understand. You already know I'm going with this. Look, man, Tyrese Halliburton, bro. A few months ago, I caught this dude over on that wrestling show. It's called SmackDown on every Friday. WWE.
Speak on it, CK. Speak on it.
I'm actually wearing my Jey Uso. The WWE fans know what I'm talking about. And I saw this man had the nerve to look our captain in the eye alongside none other than Logan Paul and act like he was tough, like he's about that life. Well, now you go into the actual arena in which you do what you do, and you put up 0 points, while that same guy that you were intimidated by that had the chair and a broken hand at the time drops 28 on a couple. What we doing, Tyrese? How we doing, brother? Huh?
Speak on it.
How we doing, Tyrese? We all right over there? Come on, Knicks. Don't let me remember, y'all. Last time we saw this team, they sent us home. So I know we got some things to talk about, but I enjoyed this win for all the reasons. Shout out to our team. Great turnaround. Get beat by a lot and then turn around and win by a lot. Proud of this team. Let's get this season going, bro. I'm
absolutely,
I'm hyped.
Absolutely. And I see some people in the chat look like in the nickname Coca-Cola. Shout out to my guy Brandon G. All right, you can go find him on IG as New York's finest. My man came up with that nickname for Kolek. Told him in person when they were, when they had the whole meet the players type stuff. He said, "Have you ever heard Coca-Cola?" And the guy's like, and Tyler's like, "Nah, I haven't heard that one yet." So shout out to Brandon for coming up with that one. But yeah, man, look, this Knicks team put a beating on the Indiana Pacers, especially in the third quarter. 34 points to 19 in the third quarter. It was smooth sailing, man. I mean, CK, there's a lot of things to talk about tonight. And the one I'm going to start off with is the Mikal Bridges, getting back on track after what was a questionable preseason, a tough first half against the Celtics. Some were saying that, it was just garbage time for him. And I had him as my X factor for Game of the Week preview. I said, Mikal Bridges, I want to see that his shot really did come around the second half. and to see that his defense would step up in this, and both came to fruition in this matchup. All right. He did a solid job on Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, 0 points. That's who he was guarding tonight. 0 points. Halliburton, 0-8 from the field, 0-7 from downtown. Why is that? Because Wingstop was activated. Mikal Bridges decided to turn it up and said, let me put the pressure on this guy. All right. This guy came into our house, sent us packing in game 7. We ain't going to have that. Okay. Yeah, you can beat the Detroit Pistons, but you're not going to come through here on our opening night and come beat us. Absolutely not. Not worth it. And then on the other end, on the offensive side, all right, he drops 21 points, CK. He goes 8 of 12 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown. And the thing is that Mikal was scoring on all 3 phases, CK.
Yeah.
All 3 phases. You see that Dirk fadeaway, that Melo-like-ish fadeaway, all right? You start to see him Euro step down the lane in transition. You start to see him just knocking down threes off the dribble. My guy was looking good, man. He was looking good tonight, and this is the stuff that you want to see because, look, the whole thing for Bridges right now, man, is that you traded so many picks to get him, right? 5 first-rounders, a pick swap, and you want to make sure that the transaction is going to come out in your favor because we're supposed to have the dynamic wings that's going to, stop the Celtics too, right? Didn't happen game 1, but it's a long season. We're not going to see them until February. Got to give this team time to gel. But to see that Bridges bounced back in this game and being the two-way player that he can be, you got to be optimistic from what you see tonight, especially when the whole conversation was talking about his jumper. And, hey, man, looking fluid tonight. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, Mikal Bridges in that back to 2K, the rhythm shooting, that man, everything off the dribble, fading away, sidestepping, and like you mentioned, him tiptoeing through the lane. Mikal Bridges showed y'all, like, look, y'all so worried about this damn hitch. Look how else I can score. You know what I mean? Myself, I was part of the conspiracy. I was there for it because I'm like, he switched back to his old shot in the second. I was in it. But at the same time, I also made it known as the person who was the most excited to see this man in the Knicks jersey. I made it known there was no worry or fear in me when it came with this guy because Mikal Bridges showed us tonight why we made that deal that Alex just talked about for all those draft picks. The offense, great. Fantastic. Look at that percentage. Look at the stance. Look at the mean mug. Mikal's about that life. But the most important stat, and I'm going to talk about it the entire night, is who was his assignment? Tyrese. I got smacked down Halliburton 0 for 8 because Mikal Bridges said, oh, they must have forgot I do this defense thing. They were talking about how I didn't play defense in a monumental, historic three-point shooting night, but that's my fault. Bet I got the next all-star, and he did just that. And I also was loving the OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam thing, but we could talk about that later. But yeah, Mikal Bridges, there was no doubt, no worry. I felt like you saw him get the nerves out in that second half against Boston. And that looked more like who Mikal Bridges was in his stint with Brooklyn. Like the way, like you said, scoring at every level, confident in his shooting, looking to make a difference. That it seemed like he found his groove. It didn't look like garbage time shots at all. It looked like he was finding his groove and getting the shot to go down and then carried over into tonight. It was just the full deal of what Mikal Bridges, his importance. And I still feel like there's more to come when it comes to Mikal Bridges. I can't say enough, bro. I can't say enough. I love it. I'm happy. I'm hyped.
As Knicks Nation should be hyped. Shout out to Lord Steven Stone for being a franchise channel member for 10 months. He said Tyrese trash Burton. No hate. Let's go.
They were calling him Booty Burton in what was y'all calling him in the play-by-play? I forgot. But it had us cracking up. I forgot.
Booty Burton.
It was something, but the chat will remind me. They were calling him something crazy.
Tim Burton is somewhere being is like, what? Don't bring me into this, man. Leave that to somebody else. All right.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Yo, there's another guy that we got to talk about because he was getting some heat during the preseason as well, CK, and you mentioned him in the opening act of the show is none other than Josh Hart. Josh Hart, the whole conversation during the preseason, even in game 1, is should this guy be in the starting rotation? All right. It doesn't look like he has the juice right now. He's not really getting out in transition. He's not scoring. He's not doing the whole rebounding thing that we're expecting. And even in game 1, he didn't even play that many minutes. Everyone was just talking about Josh Hart should go back to the bench because that's where he thrived. Well, the good thing is that you can kind of do both. He could be a starter and he can go with the bench unit, which is what Tom Thibodeau did today. He put Josh Hart with the bench unit. How about this one? I like this bench unit too, CK, with Cam Payne, Deuce McBride, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and Jericho Sims. All right. that 5 in the second quarter, it allowed Josh Hart and Bridges to really get into rhythm. One, you just saw that Bridges was the alpha for that unit. It's like, okay, Bridges, it's gonna run through you. You do what you can do, which is score at all 3 levels, and you can still play obviously your top tier defense. Josh Hart, now that you're with the second unit again, you don't have to fight for positioning on where are you at in the pecking order, right? It's now kind of you and McBride are now neck and neck for being the second option when it comes to that group. And as we saw, Josh Hart, this guy went out in the first quarter, holding his hamstring, thinking that he got injured, comes back, and then what does he do, CK? What does he do? He decides to go into one-man band mode. Shout out to Swizz Beats. And guess what? He attacks down transition, gets the bucket, and still plays his phenomenal defense. And what did Josh Hart do today? He ended the game with how many points? 20 points. You got your 20 points, 10 boards. You got a solid double-double for a 6'4" guard who's playing like a power forward out there. He was a plus 35. I don't really like that stat, but a plus 35 should tell you how impactful he is tonight. I think that stat is truly indicative of how well he played, just because of, one, you're stopping offensive possessions for the Indiana Pacers. 2, you're also looking to get out in transition. You got your 3 assists, which is what he's doing. And he's scoring, man. He was being aggressive tonight. Yeah, the 3-pointer didn't drop, but you saw him working in the paint as well. How about the turnaround hook shots that he was putting up as well? Josh Hart getting back into rhythm, and I think the thing that Tibbs needs to do for him is to stagger his minutes with the second unit. Like I said, I like this lineup today of Payne, McBride, Hart, Bridges, and Sims. I think that's what he needs to go to keep not only Bridges activated, but Josh Hart activated as well.
Yeah, staggering Hart's minutes is a tall task to ask, Mr. Thibodeau, but I definitely hear what you're saying. Yeah, man, whenever it comes to Josh Hart, the complaint for me is never out of hate or malice. It's just because of nights like tonight. I feel like I've said this 1,000 times, especially here on this show. But it's because when you see Josh Hart do what he did tonight and show that when he actually looks to actually shoot when he goes to the rim, he can actually make that shot pretty well. There was one in the third quarter where he went up, and instead of his typical, I'm going up, I don't feel confident about this, I'm going to pass it out of a shot, he got some airtime, got the contact, and made a layup. And I'm like, this is why we get so irritated with you, Josh Hart. You have the ability to score. You are one of the strongest dudes at your size, and you look to pass the ball every time you drive to the basket. That's my beef with you. You can easily go and get yours on whenever, like you said, on a timely basis, because I feel like with this current starting 5, every one of them has the ability to get their own if needed to, or off of a pass to then go drive and get something going. And Josh Hart irritates me when he decides to go the passive route and drive, break past his defender, and pass the ball. Tonight was not the case. Josh Hart was active, and he was going to the rim and he got a few and ones. I would love for you to make those free throws, Mr. Hart. But that's all I want. I want the aggression out of you. We know you're a tough dude. Play like it. That's my beef. This right here is on tape now. So I don't want you to go back on Monday and doing that same drive and kick BS, bro. If I see 6 points under, I'm going to be so upset. That's always been my beef with Josh Hart. You're tough. You're a strong dude, and you got this. Don't let me tell you. You tell yourself, man. Like, that's always been my beef with him. And tonight is the perfect example of that. Obviously not expecting to have 20 every night, but I do feel like he should definitely have the shot attempts a lot higher, because he has that ability. And tonight's a perfect example of that. Because it's not like the Pacers are, they got Miles Turner down there. Some of those times we're against Miles Turner, Isaiah Jackson, guys that are known to somewhat protect the paint. So, that's always been my beef. And nights like tonight make me happy that, Josh Hart is actually involved in the offense. Yeah, and that's how I feel about it, Mr. Hart.
I thought you were going to your Cat Williams bag for a second. This right here. This right here, this is war. Oh man. But
oh my God,
since you're bringing up Miles Turner, I guess we got to talk about the other guy who had a solid night as well. Battle of the centers, and this was my key matchup for tonight, for tonight's game. It was one Karl Anthony Towns going against Miles Turner. And shout out to my guy Alex Golden of Setting the Pace podcast, also part of the Blue Wire Network. They do great work over there. He was on the show last night, and he talked about, I said, hey, man, this is going to be the matchup. Karl Anthony Towns goes against Miles Turner. Okay, it's a different setting for for now Cat facing up against Turner. You got 2 stretch fives. What's going to happen, right? This is what we were looking for, because we got that against Boston where you have stretch 5 and Al Horford. How's it going to pan out now against another stretch 5 and Miles Turner? But as Alex mentioned, not me, the other Alex, evil Alex as we call him on this show, he said that Miles Turner is, owned by Karl Anthony Towns. And yet again, Karl Anthony Towns decides to own Miles Turner tonight. I mean, you can just watch from the first play of the game for Cat's bucket in the Garden, right, during the regular season. He posted down Miles Turner, gets the points on a hook shot, and you're like, let's go. This is the type of stuff that you want to see after you traded for this guy as well. Another guy that you made a big investment in, right? And was he in tonight with 21 points, 15 boards, 2 blocks, 5 of 11 from the field, 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 2 of 2 from downtown. This guy had Miles Turner in a blender, okay, because Miles Turner couldn't do anything to really slow this guy down. And so Karl Anthony Towns showing how much of a prolific offensive player he is in tonight's game. And that is something that you want to see from this guy as well, right? And you saw even a little bit of chemistry from him and Brunson. You start seeing Brunson trying to get him dimes down low, looking for him to get those easy buckets. Cat was doing what he was brought here to do, put the ball in the hoop at a high efficient level. Let's go, man. Karl Anthony Towns, what a game tonight against Miles Turner, the guy that he owns on a regular basis.
Yeah. My favorite stat of all those 9 for 10 free throws. Welcome to the New York Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns. Now, I want that to, be a little more contagious on the rest of this basketball team, because, we don't like free throws over here, Cat. Don't get the memo. Keep doing what you're doing, but I'm going to need you to send that memo, that 9 to 10. I'm going to need you to let the rest of them know about that, because that right there, that's a welcome sight.
That right there?
that thing right there, that 9 for 10 is a nice sight. But no, and just like we said with Mikal Bridges, he did it in many different ways. Like, there's people worried that he was just going to be this jump shooter, stretch big that wasn't going to, man, the amount of times he, like you just said, took Miles Turner down to the block. And bro, like, there was one possession, he missed it, and it eventually turned into a foul. But the way he went from his triple threat, and I blinked and he was at the rim. Now, mind you, he did lose the ball midair, got the ball back and got fouled. That kind of stuff right there at the 5, this is a difference maker for the New York Knicks basketball. No shade to number 30. Love and appreciate everything he did, but those are the kind of things that we're getting from Karl Anthony Towns at that position against that kind of a defender at that position is what's going to be huge for us. Like, the ways that he has, the different type of abilities he has to score, the float game he has with his long, crazy wingspan, the hook shots, fade. Like, he has so many different ways of scoring that, like, tonight, I feel like was, again, just the same. He only took 11 shots. Like, I feel like that's a sample size. 15 boards on top of that, trying to make a point, because we know he wasn't as active on the rebounding against Boston when he should have been, because there wasn't really anybody down there to stop him from rebounding. And tonight he proved, he's like, look, I can do this. My fault, y'all. I got y'all. But Karl Anthony Towns in his debut in the Garden, not bad at all. Again, that 9 to 10, though. If I were you, I would show every other player on your team, like, this is how you shoot free throws. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He's looking at you, Jalen Brunson. He's looking at you.
Right. Jalen Brunson, Hart, all them, man. Missing free throws, man.
Oh, man. Salute to Knicks Nation. Thank you all for tuning in for another KFTV post-game live. The New York Knicks mollywopped the Indiana Pacers 123-98. I'm your host tonight, Alex Chateras, a.k.a. the Stratocaster. With me on the other side is my guy, CK2K, doing a killer job for the play-by-play. And guess what, everybody? Guess what? Tonight we are sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. That's right. We're sponsored by DraftKings. The NBA is finally back. A new season means new ways to get into the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Who's draining things from behind the arc? Who's crashing boards and grabbing rebounds? Get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of the NBA player props. First time new DraftKings customers get $5 to bet $200 in bonus bets instantly. All right. Every point counts with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code KFTV. That code KFTV for new customers gets customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY to text HOPE or text HOPE-NY 4673 In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligible varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, Ontario. Bonus bets expire 160 hours after insurance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/bball. That's right, everybody. Sponsored by DraftKings. So make sure to use that promo code KFTV. All right. Bet $5 to get 200 in bonus bets instantly. All right. And that is for our segment, By the Numbers, CK. That is who brings us By the Numbers. So let's get into By the Numbers for tonight. All right. So, Daniel, if you can pull up the stats for By the Numbers, and we could talk about the team stats of tonight. All right. That would be oh so appreciated. So for tonight, guys, we had the Knicks shoot 52% from the field. They shot 44% from downtown, 79.3% from the free throw line. They got 43 boards, 19 assists, all right, 5 steals, 4 blocks, 12 turnovers for the New York Knicks tonight, all right, 14 fast break points, 54 points in the paint. Largest lead was 33. All right. Those are some of the numbers from tonight, CK. Team numbers. What are you taking away from all of that?
That's a great question, man. I was gonna joke and say free throw, but no. To be completely fair, it's the offensive rebound. I'm always looking at rebounding because the fear of when we lose Isaiah Hartenstein, where are those numbers going to come from? And to see us snag up 11 of those things to their 9 is pretty good start. 32 total as a team. I mean, we mentioned Karl-Anthony Towns at 15. We didn't mention, but we should have mentioned, but we kind of didn't mention Josh Hart's 10, doing what he does, having 20 and 10 tonight. You want to see the rebound stat continue to be as big as it was, 43, beating them on the rebound side, especially with the guys that we're missing in Precious. We're missing, what's his name? Mitchell Robinson. Like, we're missing our key rebounders. So to see us get 43 tonight, Karl-Anthony Towns holding it down, Josh Hart doing what he was doing in the playoffs. That to me, I'm looking at rebounds. That's probably one of the stats I'm going to continue to stare at until I stop thinking about Isaiah Hartenstein and his rebounds that I'm missing.
And the Yankees lose game 1.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything.
To the Dodgers. I mean, look, man, I got the game on right here in the background. I'm seeing the chat just go crazy. I'm seeing people tell me to sound out for the ad read. It's okay, people. It's my first time. We got DraftKings, all right? All right, I did the run through. It's okay. It's okay. I'll be better the second time around. Look, Yankees, we'll bounce back. I'm not worried about the Yankees, man. We're in the World Series. We're going to bounce back. All right? It's game one. It's game one.
Damn.
It's tough. It's tough. But you mentioned the rebounding numbers tonight, 43 to 33 as the numbers that are standing out to you. And look, man, this is a team that, when we face Boston, and obviously it's only 2 games, we still need more to get through to see where this team stands as a rebounding team. Typically, a Tom Thibodeau-led team is top 10 when it comes to rebounding for the most part. I think there was like 1 year that was an outlier as he was out in Minnesota. But for the most part, all the teams that he's coached, they're always in the top 10 of the league when it comes to rebounding. But 43 to 33 tonight, that's what you want to see from this team, especially when you see 11, and I'm not stuttering, 11 offensive rebounds, because this is a team that has made its mark in the past as being a solid offensive rebounding team, getting you those second chance opportunities. You kind of want to see that identity still for the Knicks, man, just because it's going to help, just one, obviously prevent your opponent from getting boards and getting their offense set up. 2, it's like in the NFL, right? You want to have a longer possession. You want to have greater possession, greater time of possession. And that's what I'm looking at here when you get offensive boards, man. Also, some of these times when you get offensive rebounds, it can be backbreaking to the other team and just eliminate morale. And that's the stuff that you want to see from the Knicks. So that I totally agree with when it comes to rebounding. But the other thing that I thought was interesting tonight, based on these stats, is that 14 fast break points. This is a team now that only had 5, I believe, against the Celtics. And I want to be able to see that. And that comes down to Josh Hart, right, and Bridges playing with the second unit and just being able to feel like themselves. So I hope Tibbs makes note of that, continues to use those rotations as we talked about earlier. because I feel like that's really going to help unlock this team moving forward. But yes, I could agree with those things by the numbers tonight. And then obviously, CK, I know you enjoy seeing 79% from the free throw line.
That's
23 to 29. I know you're just enjoying that, and especially
need them, man.
We do need them, man.
Need them.
Free points. You got to get the free points.
Killing us in some of these close games, man.
But CK, this is my favorite stat. It is not for the Knicks. It is for the one Indiana Pacers. They shot a measly 10%.
That's crazy.
From three.
Crazy.
3 for 30 from downtown. Talk about being frozen out. That is beautiful work by the New York Knicks, man. And I just want to say this, just to go a little off tangent, just because it's interesting how this team has been brought back. And I'm talking about the Indiana Pacers as a whole, but yet they look so disjointed and lost out there. I mean, even when Halliburton, you thought he saved a ball going out of bounds and he hits it off the backboard. I'm like, if everything could go wrong for a team, that's just the epitome right there.
Yes.
So the team for continuity looks so disjointed, and I love to see that because look, man, we're Knicks fans. We hate the Pacers. So what better way to look at that? But yes, that is by the numbers, brought to you by DraftKings. Use that promo code once again. All right, you spend $5, get up to 200 bonus points in cash to use through DraftKings. Make sure to use that promo code KFTV. All right, let's keep this thing moving along. All right, guys, we are through the Discord. So if you want to call in and get your takes off, make sure to download the app or go through the web browser and just start lining up so we can bring on some calls. Apparently, you're all not hearing me right now. What? You're not hearing right now? We talking Yankees. He's what? I'm not even a Mets fan. I don't even know what you talking about. That's crazy. That is crazy. Anyway, let's get back to the game and talk about stuff. So if you want to call in, you can talk through this. You can talk through the Discord. Make sure to line up. We'll take your calls and we'll hear you what your takes are. CK, I gotta ask you a question about this game, though, man. I gotta ask you another question about this game.
Bring it.
What did you think about OG Anunoby tonight going against Pascal Siakam? I know you teased it earlier, but it sounds like you got some. Thoughts on that matchup.
I loved it. Because, like I said, going into this game, and I think a lot of people felt this way. We talked about we were so focused on Mikal Bridges in that first half that I feel like nobody focused on how non-existent OG Anunoby was in that game. So we looked into this one, and I'm like, all right, so Mr. 200 mil, like we gonna at least gonna try to shoot this game. I mean, I wasn't entirely sure if it was gonna be Mikal, if it was gonna be him that was gonna be on Tyrese. Minute I saw it was Mikal, I'm like, cool. OG, Pascal, they had a little joke when the ball went out of bounds, and they were joking on whose fault it was. That's when it started, and then you saw Pascal start going off. OG started going off in the first half. They both cooled down in the second. I loved it, man. To know that OG has that ability, he has that in him where he can go back and forth. Yeah, it might have taken a former teammate, but OG was looking active. He had an open three, like he was active. I didn't get to see as many of the Kawhi Leonard-esque mid-range fadeaways that we got to see a little bit in the playoffs last year, but just the fact that he has that ability, that he can show from time to time that I can get mine as well. I'll drive to the basket and get mine. That's an improvement. That's not something he's done particularly strong throughout his career. And in game 2, coming off of a game where you're pretty non-existent offensively, I got to give him credit. And you're doing it against Pascal Siakam, who started off pretty solid and then just pooped out. And a lot of that had to do with you. So I just thought that was one, like, there's a lot of big storylines in this game, but that was just one of those little ones I was like, I see what's going on over there. That's kind of cool, kind of thing. So, but yeah, so shout out to OG, man. I think that's impressive. That's impressive.
Shout out to OG indeed. I see that everyone's saying apologies. It's okay, guys. I get it. The Yankees, I'm right there with you. I'm just trying to run a show. I am upset. I'm upset that the Yankees lose game 1. All right. I want to see the Yankees win another chip. I want to see me hang another banner. All right. Get another pennant. Get another trophy. That's all I want to see.
Dodgers to lose. Y'all know where I live. I would love to see the tears in these streets. So
see, CK's on our side now. See that? As a guy who is a Mets fan, by the way, he's on our side. But anyway, I see that they're saying throw Boone in the trunk, by the way. Aaron Boone needs to be thrown in the trunk with Alex Burks. Put him in the trunk. Put him in the what? Put him in the trunk. Oh, lady, you need the good book or something. That will never get old. Man. But yeah, man, it's nice to see OG, especially work, as you said, off that playoff series against the Pacers. And it's so interesting how against the Pacers, it looks like he's getting comfortable and back on track offensively, how he's able to use the shoulder. Once again, we're talking about guys doing like fadeaway, iconic, like mellow shots, Dirk shots. Like you got a leg up, like off of one leg. He's getting it off the backboard and stuff in that nature. That's the stuff that you want to see from OG, a guy that you're paying, as you said, 200 million. You know what I mean? Like this ain't no small cash of change right here. So, so like chunk of change, I mean, but like anyway, you see this guy do what he does offensively. We already know what he can be on the other end of the floor, but it's just awesome to see, man. And if he can just be another hub offensively, like even if you could put him with the second unit and he could be that guy that just could create for himself and just, carry the offensive burden for a second unit that is missing guys. And, outside of Deuce McBride, doesn't really have a lot of solid, consistent offensive creators. I wouldn't hate to see it. I think maybe Tibbs goes based on matchups. Like when you see the Pacers out there, you could easily do that. But as of right now, I think for Tibbs, it's like, let's just make sure Bridges and Hart are the guys staying active. But OG tonight, man, you want to see him get into his little offensive game that he did tonight. He also got into double digits. Like I said, man, we got 5 Knicks in all 5 starters in double digits. Yeah. 4 of them scoring 20 or more tonight. That's just a beautiful thing. OG going 6 of 12 from the field, 1 of 4 from downtown, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, gets you 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal. All right. You just want to see the 3-pointers knocked down at a higher clip. You know what I mean? Because he's a quarter specialist, man. We saw that last year, even when he had no practice, just first game against the T-Wolves, just knocking down shots like no tomorrow. That's what you want to see from OG, but solid outing from him, man. Solid outing from him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man. Let's see what we got here. Anyone in the chat? You got questions in the chat? Chat, how are we feeling about this win tonight? All right. Tell me how you all feeling about this win tonight. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you rank this win? All right. Or yeah. Is it how do you rank this win? Yeah. How do you rank this win on a scale of 1 to 10? How are you feeling? Are you like, I'm not impressed. This is what the Knicks should be doing. They should be a top 5 offensive team. Or are you a 10 saying, you know what? I'm excited about this. We beat the brakes off the Indiana Pacers. Yeah. Family showed the Pacers. I'm happy with what I saw tonight. So give me that rating in the chat right now. John Talento starting off with an 11. This man is out the window.
Right answer.
Out the window. We're getting 8, 9.5, 7, 100 out of 10. Kevin, yep, Kevin, good God, man. Said great win. We got a 6. K-Dot saying 6. He's like, man, it's a good game. I need to see more, though. I need to see more. JJ saying it's an impressive win. All right, so we're seeing a lot of 8s, man. A lot of 8s. Need consistency. Wilson, franchise channel member, shout out to you. He says, we need consistency. Mm-hmm. I agree. We need to see more. We need a bigger sample size, but it's nice to see the Knicks are at 500 and came out in a way that you want to see this team respond, right? This is the team that knocked you out in a 7-game series on your home court. Exactly. You just got embarrassed on national TV against the Boston Celtics. Exactly. You have all this stuff where Halliburton trying to be the next Reggie Miller for this team. Mm-hmm. And now they're going to come onto your court and try to show you up. And the Knicks responded in the right way by saying, no. Let's make it known who we are right now tonight, where we're going to stand. Offensively, it was just great. And look, they gave them their own recipe, right? Pacers last season, a historic offense. Knicks come out here just giving a piece of their own medicine, man. Pacers didn't even crack 100 points. This is a team that consistently cracked over 100 points last season. They stopped it from doing that. So, hey, man, great way to bounce back. They're going to have the Cavaliers on Monday. So that's another, they got Donovan Mitchell. You got Darius Garland over there, right? You also got Mobley. You got Jared Allen. We know what we've done to them in the past before, but let's see the Knicks work off this again and serve the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, man.
Yep.
All right, let's keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, no, I'm giving it a 12. Someone said 11, give him the 12 just so I can be higher. I'm not going 101. That's too high.
You are so petty. Petty. We're the host and you're being petty.
Speaking of petty, that's why I was the only one that wasn't booing Tibbs. Everyone's like, get the starters out. I'm like, nah, beat the brakes off of them, man. I wanted all the smoke. I did not forget. You know, the way we went out, JB breaking his hand. We at home, Tyrese Halliburton feeling himself wearing a Reggie Miller. No, I don't forget. I don't forget those things. So I was with Tibbs. I wanted all. I was super petty. I told him take some nice and easy shots, so don't do anything crazy. But yeah, man, all the smoke. Take him out at the 3-minute mark in the fourth quarter while we're up by 45. That's what I wanted. So yeah, I'm at an 11. This game was important. Set the tone. Set the tone.
Game was important. Do you consider this a must-win game? Because I don't know if you saw the post-game live the other night after the Celtics, after losing to the Celtics. But we put a poll in the chat and we asked Knicks Nation, we asked the conglomerate, is this a must-win for tonight? And 51% said yes, this is a must-win game. Were you in that camp, CK, or like what was your thought process coming into this matchup?
It's a must-win game. I said this on the play-by-play because I want at least 38 of those 41 home games won. I am tired of teams thinking that it's sweet in Madison Square Garden. So for the mere fact that it is A, home opener, B, against who it was, and C, like you mentioned, coming off of a blowout against the defending champs, for me, it was a must-win game. I want every game in Madison Square Garden to be a dub or damn near close to a dub. And so to me, anything that is coming at home, it is a must-win game. But more importantly, and especially this one, they need to understand, man, the Garden, this is going to be the spot where if you come here, I need to see and smell that fear. You know what I mean? And the only way you can do that is by making statements like what you did today. So yeah, I'm part of the must-win crowd for that reason, for sure.
I wasn't part of the must-win. Like
no,
this is like win. I wasn't part of like the must-win, but it was definitely an important game. I didn't think it was like because when I hear a must-win, it means like we really need like a course correction or like where things are going to go like spiraling out of control. Like that's what it means to me. You know what I mean? Like okay, and as a Jets fan, I understand that every game is a must-win at this point. Okay, so that's why I'm like, okay, guys, it's game 2 of an 82 game season. Game 2, you know, 2 games isn't really going to be a true like indicator of how well this season will go. But I would have been upset. I'm not going to lie to you. I would have been upset if they lost. I would still not put this in the category of must-win, but I definitely wanted this one, especially against the Indiana Pacers, just because to me, when I hear must-win, like it means if we don't win this game, it's really going to go south and there's no real course correction. Like we're out of it. We can't even think about playoffs. Like we're not even close to where we're trying to be. And I think for 2 games in, it's a little much.
I hear that. But think about who it is we would have dropped this game to. The Pacers coming off of losing to them. And they destroyed our season, our hopes, our miracles. And then we come here, our first home game, debuting Karl-Anthony Towns after the trade, all these things. And then we come out here and then we lose at home. Pacers and nobody going to take us serious. They're like, oh, man, nah, these Knicks are just all hype. These guys just walked right back in here and did this again at their home. Nah, so that for me, everything you're saying is very true. And because, yes, 1-1, nobody gonna care and remember that. So record-wise, I hear you. But for morale, for what other outside looking into the New York Knicks and what they're hearing on all of the TV shows and on the best channel in the world, KnicksFanTVs, they need to understand when we are telling y'all that the Knicks are for real, this is why. And by them going out there winning this home game for all the reasons we already mentioned against this team, this was like the Hornets or something. I hear you, but you cannot start off your home stretch in the Garden against this team and then just lose again right after getting smacked by them in the playoffs. No, it's too damn important, bro. It's too damn important. So that's for that reason. That's why it's must win. But for everything you're saying, I hear you. 1-1. Who gonna remember that, bro? Who gonna remember that? I hear you. But I think it's more than that. We need to understand when at the end of the day, when we counting down all those games we won in the Garden, remember how we started it and in the fashion we started it. I think it's going to be important. You know what it's also like, Alex? Like those free throws. It matters at the end of the day. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you know what? I would like to. I wish there were like some free throws or something for the New York Jets, because good Lord, man, it is just doom and gloom every Sunday for me, and yet I go through the pain and torture of watching my team just.
Alex, I plead the fifth on football talk, so it's okay.
Okay, cool. All right. Oh, that's right. You're a Saints fan.
Nope. The football.
You don't want to talk. Oh, you don't want to talk about that. Oh,
don't even know what football is.
I see now. Okay. All right. So we did get a super chat. Shout out to Steelers Knicks fan 7 for the $2 super chat. He says, where was front running Halliburton at? Well, front running Halliburton was MIA because he didn't do anything. So he scored 0 points, which matched his jersey number, 0 for 0. There you go. And that's, hey man, it's tough being a good point guard. All I know is that
there it is.
That guy, this guy was the king of assists. This guy was the king. What is this? 26 points. This man was doing straight cardio out there. He really did nothing tonight. Literally did nothing tonight. And that face is truly the epitome of what happened tonight. He was like, this is really happening to me. Yes, this is happening to you. All right. All I know is that this could be my point guard. This could not be my point guard. Not at all. Absolutely not. So
I said it before the show, and I'll say it again. He almost was. Almost was. Remember that, bro. Anyways, look at that.
Oh, man.
This graphic up the whole show. Look at him. The face is perfect. Yeah. What is going on, Mr. What you call him? Halabooty?
Halabooty. Yo, the mustache is getting me though. The mustache, I don't know why, but the mustache, yeah, it's like it looks like sinister, like cartoon, like guy tying up like a damsel in distress on a railroad track. That's kind of what I'm getting right now.
This man, Tyrese had a rough week, man. He got called out by Obama on a podcast, came to the Garden, got smacked up. Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton. Yeah, he's looking forward to the weekend, I'm sure.
He's looking forward to the weekend. Is he looking forward to the weekend? Who do the Pacers have this weekend? I want to know
have a game this weekend. Oh, damn. Well, I don't know.
Do they have a game this weekend? Let's see what the Pacers got this weekend. Is it going to be an easy week for one Tyrese Halliburton? Let's see what we got.
They got the Sixers on Sunday.
They got the Sixers on Sunday. So it looks like it's not going to be an easy week for one Tyrese Halliburton. All right. He will have to play against Tyrese Maxey and all that stuff. So, yes, not good for you, Tyrese Halliburton. Not good for you or that Indiana Pacers team. And I love it. And I love it. But shout out to Knicks Nation once again. Thank you all for tuning for another KFTV post-game live. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. All right. It's me, your host, Alex Terrace, a.k.a. the Tradacaster. With me on the other side is my guy, CK2K. All right. And tonight's show is also sponsored by Manscaped. Make sure you use that promo code KFTV to get 20% off and free shipping off of any Manscaped purchase. All right. We're all strapped with all the Manscaped products. We love it. We can test it. We won't do any testimonials. All right. I'll just say that we love them. They're great products. They got you covered. All right. They got the lawnmower. They got the hedge trimmer. They got the handyman. They got all those things. All right. For any type of shaving you need, they got you covered. They even got shampoo, conditioner, ball deodorant. Look, man, they'll even give you some underwear too, man. So make sure to go to manscaped.com. Go use that promo code KFTV. Get 20% off and free shipping. All right. CK, keep this thing rolling. Keep this thing rolling. Guys, if you got questions, throw questions in the chat. If you want to come through the Discord.
They called him Halakina, bro. They called him Halakina. Tyrese Halakina.
Oof. Did you see the video of Frank Nook? Man. This is a rough career for Frank Ntilikina, man. At least he's got a silver medal.
He sure does. Yeah.
How many silver medals does this man have?
All of them, right? Yeah, right.
That is crazy.
The only time he remembers how the basketball is when it's the Olympics, man. I swear. He looks like a completely different dude when he got that.
Bro, he looks aggressive. Like, even during this past Olympics, I'm like, who is this standing up? Who is this being aggressive? Where was this? Where was this guy?
Oh, Frank Ntilikina, man.
What was it? The most we saw him get aggressive was to
that's too fast, bro. That was way too fast.
Wow. Look at this. Shout out to producer Daniel. He is quick.
Damn, that was too fast.
With the gifts. Oh my God. Look at this. He's got the Frank Ntilikina. Oh yeah. Red suit, man. The red suit.
Tyrese Halakina, man.
Good Lord. We can't forget for when he tried to stand up to one LeBron James, and then we had Ennis Freedom, also step in there trying to protect home court and stuff of that nature. We all can't forget that moment, can we? As CK is rubbing his eyes, it's like, nah, man, I don't want to remember that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to remember the dark times. We're in such better times right now. But shout out to Frank, man. But hey, you missed the game-winning shot. Nice to see that you stuck around in the gym, working on some more shooting. But hey, kudos to you, my guy. Kudos to you. Shout out to the Frank Ntilikina Hive.
They still going, man. Shut it down. Shout out to Frank.
You know it's still. Come on, man.
Shout out to
every hive still exists. It's like, what is it like? What's a good comp, man? It just never disappears. It's like you never delete files off your computer. It's like you go back, you're like, wow, I still have that paper from when I was whatever year of college or whatever, man, or back in high school.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So it's time to clear cache on my computers.
It might be time to clear cache. Yeah, it might be. I mean, if it's running slow and you're hearing that fan really work, if you're hearing that hard drive, if you're hearing that RAM work overtime, it might be time.
I still log in and check my emails in my Michael Beasley Hive. So yeah, you're probably right.
Michael Beasley Hive.
Yeah, I'm still avid member.
What is this?
I ain't leaving. I'm not leaving.
Now, shout out to producer Daniel. What is the French Prince? What is happening here?
Oh my gosh, bro! This was all. We did want this. You're right. I'm guilty. I can't even. I was one of them. I can't. Yeah, you're right. Kolek, yeah. Alonzo Hive. Hey, it's alive. You guys got a chance.
Hey, he could get drafted by the Westchester Knicks.
There you go. Oh, yeah, there you go. I'm sure he would love that.
I'm sure he would. Hey, Kolek Hive exists. Huckporty Hive. How about Huckporty Hive? Yeah, Huckporty Hive should have been active tonight. Did you hear Deuce mic'd up tonight, man? How he was talking about, hey, embrace these minutes at the end of the game. This is how you earn Tibbs's trust. That is what I'm talking about. Veteran experience. That is veteran leadership right there. Shout out to Deuce McBride. Cool to hear him talk like that while being mic'd up tonight against the Pacers, man. And you see Huckporty going out there getting blocks, man. Huckporty, man. Shout out to Huck45.
That means they talk. Huckporty, like, I should be playing. And they're like, we know, but this is how you earn them. That's why Deuce said it. That's why he said to him.
Huckporty, no,
I'm sorry, contrary. Yeah, Huckporty in the chat right now, man. He be reading. He be like, he sees what everybody's saying in the chat, talking about Huckporty minutes. Huckporty in there reading the chat, like, yeah, I do. You sure right? Yep. I'm sorry,
man.
I'm starting it.
You start. Sims is somewhere chilling, like, yo, bro, what did I do to you?
What did I do? I don't know. You're right, my fault, Sims. But
don't let this be another Evan Fournier moment for yourself, CK.
Right, man. Yeah, shout out to my man Evan Fournier, bro. Enjoy retirement, bro. Or no, he's playing. Where's he playing? He's playing overseas now, right?
I think he went back. Yes, he went back to go play international basketball.
Yeah, go thrive.
Go thrive for that, man. Go thrive for that. All right. Oh, we got Rambo on the line. Let's see.
Rambo.
All right, let's see if we can get Rambo on the line and hear him through the Discord. All right, 1 second. All right, let's see if we can bring him in. Let's see what we got here.
Who drafted Frank Stevie Wonder? Oh my god!
For some reason, my computer will not let me let Rambo bring Rambo onto the show. This is going crazy now. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Hold on.
Right. Time to quit the Discord and restart it right back up and see what happens. Technology, man, is supposed to help you.
Supposed to.
That's what they say, man.
You made Aloma's day. Shout out to Frank Hive.
Shout out to Frank.
Look what you did. We're still here.
All right, Rambo, you there? Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Rambo, you there?
I'm here. Crispy.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Damn, can you iron that out? All right, what's good, Rambo?
Man, be honest with you, man, I listened to this show past when me and Coleman brothers got to talk about this Yankee game. My God, oh my God, it hurt so bad. But I had to make sure I made an appearance tonight. First off, I have an apology to extend to all my KFTV members, excuse me. All you guys. I was drinking the other night. I got a little bit emotional. I got in my feelings. And I had to come back.
All right, Rambo. I had to cut you off real quick just because apparently the Discord's just going wonky tonight. We were trying to work and iron this out. My bad, man. So to save everybody's ears, we're going to I just had to mute you real quick just because it's not crispy on our end. The Discord is failing us yet again. Oh man. The sound effects, I know the spooky sounds like woo.
This is our punishment for the Yankees. It's game one. It's game one.
What is happening?
We deserve this. Let it play. This is our punishment.
Oh man.
Yeah, Rambo.
Damn. I'm sorry, Rambo. We thought we had the Discord working. We were trying. That's why it took so long to get it. Trying to get it ironed out. Oh, man. Technology, man. Technology, people. We tried. All right. Well, we're getting close to the end of the show since Discord ain't working. So, CK, for anybody in the chat, any other questions you want to ask us before we get out of here? All right. Any other questions? CK, is there anything you want to bring up on the season that you've seen so far?
I like these little breaks we be getting in between games. I mean, I do, but I don't because I want to watch Knicks basketball. But it's good for our guys. We play again on Monday. We get these 2 days against Cleveland. I'm liking that. But man, look, this is just the best output we could have asked for after how Tuesday went. Everybody, I ain't gonna lie, I forgot basketball was even going on after the way we got smacked up by the Boston Celtics. And then for us to come out and win like this at home, I'm just happy about that. So we talked about everything I'm happy about.
Yeah, man.
We hadn't talked about Alex. Hold on, wait. What we did?
Okay. What have we not talked about? CK?
We talked about Huck Porty. Shout out to the Huck guys. I like calling him Ariel because Little Mermaid. But Tyler Kolek. The conversations between campaign Tyler Kolek. What were your thoughts about Kolek in his debut? We talked about free throws. My boy got the free throw line, went 100%, 4 for 4. Campaign, that boy don't see a shot he don't like. Do we see any way, shape, or form somewhere down the line you think Tom Thibodeau gives him that opportunity, or this is just campaign's time and he's just going to keep being that vet off the bench?
I think that Kolek will get his opportunity later in the season. For that point of what you said, that campaign does not see a shot that he does not like. That man will let it rip.
Boy, I tell you, man.
And that shot is like crazy, bro. It is like the Lonzo effect, just like the swing. There's like a swing motion to it. Hey, It works, but hey.
Yeah.
Look, man. The thing is, I think Cam, just like what we see in the past, whether it be Evan Fournier over Quentin Grimes, it's going to be that respect to the veteran,
right?
To the guy who's been in the league longer. And so I see him getting the minutes up front. And then this is really for Kolek to earn. And just like McBride told Huck Porty tonight, it's these minutes that Tibbs is going to look at to earn more and more trust. And, I think it creates an impression when you do this for rookies like Kolek, like Huck Porty, and even Dadier, is that it shows that you have to really go earn it. And then once you earn it, that is the bare minimum standard of play that you have to execute at on a night-to-night basis to keep your spot, right? Just because you don't want to just give a player, just because, oh, we like you, all that type of stuff, because it doesn't really create the standard of play that you want to see from them. And there's just too much of a gap, too much wiggle room for what could go right and could go wrong. And so for Tibbs giving him the minutes to go earn it, I think that's going to set Kolek up for more success. This isn't kind of like this isn't close to a Quickly situation where you look at the bench and you're like, all right, who do we have here? When we have like Reggie Bullock, Alfred Payton, and then you see Quickly just erupt in preseason and really just take advantage of everything and then show that you could not leave him on the bench because of his shot creation, which that team also needed. The thing is that I think Kolek would surpass Cam if he did have that type of quickly-esque type shot where it's like, oh, wow, you can really just punish defenses
Go get
with
yours,
your shot creation, having a lethal range from downtown. He doesn't really have that. So unless he develops that throughout the regular season, I only see him getting more minutes moving forward if he can demonstrate that he can, one, be a solid creator for everybody and be efficient with the shot taking that he does decide to take, right? So I think it's campaign and it's for Kolek to go earn at this point. I don't see, and I think he can earn it, but for right now it's going to be the campaign show, and we're going to have to just embrace, the erratic shooting, the zealous nature of campaign. So what do you think though? Who do you think campaign is going to be here to stay, or what? Or do you think Kolek's going to earn this thing by next week?
So here's the thing, man. I've stopped trying to out meta Tom Thibodeau and just take him as face value. Tom Thibodeau showed us many years who he is. So now things don't surprise me. Like the way everybody was like freaking out that he still had the starters out there in that blowout. I'm like, have y'all not been watching Tom Thibodeau coach this basketball team for the last few years? That's normal. He waits till that 5, maybe 4 minute mark, then he'll think about it. So this is one of those things where it's like, I could want Kolek to be out on the floor all I want. I like Kolek's pass first ability. That's what his game is. And also I think that his shot, especially with more confidence and more reps, I think he has a deadly opportunity to be a great 3-point shooter too in this league. But the point you made is what it's going to be. Campaign's going to be the guy until he forces Tom Thibodeau to not let him be the guy. And I think that's just what it is. So Kolek has to take that same advice that Deuce gave to Ario. If and when you get that opportunity to go on the floor, you got to do something with it. Because even if you do go out there and have a great game, you probably still won't play the next game. But the thing is, if that footage continues to build up, you continue to get that momentum. That one time campaign has that one game where Tom Thibodeau finally has had enough. You got to be ready for it. But for the long haul, I think campaign's going to be the guy. As much as I want it to be Kolek so bad. Chat was calling me a hater. We talking about Evan Fournier and Sims? Nah, bro. The chat saying this CK versus Payne song is going to be what they're paying attention to. Because I guess I was cringing. I didn't realize it, how much I was cringing so many times he was doing stuff. And they're like, yo, CK, you better leave Payne alone. They were killing me in the chat. I didn't realize, just some of those shots, man. I'm like, yo, brother. Now he did have some great moments. That and one was tough. I thought that was cool, but boy, oh boy, that man was chucking, man. That catapult. Someone in the chat said that Bill Cartwright looking shot. Yeah, man, bro.
Bill Cartwright looking shot. Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Look who decided to enter the chat. We have none other than the captain himself of KnicksFanTV, CP the franchise. What up, fam? All right. So I got to ask you this question, CK, and I guess there's two more things. And just to rip off the Band-Aid, I guess people are probably going to wonder why we didn't really dive into like Brunson and his performance tonight. And to be honest with you, like at this point, it's just normal for me to watch Brunson go out here and do these type of things. I didn't think he had a crazy night. I think he just had a regular old night, getting just like 26 points, 10 and 19. It's just kind of like at this point, it's like year 2. I'm like, I don't know what else to say. The guy's just awesome. Like this is just kind of what he does. He had a slow start today, but solid game, solid production from Brunson overall. It just kills me, man. When he misses a free throw, I'm like, bruh. Like every time Brunson misses a free throw, I'm like, you are so clutch. You are so like amazing on the court, like offensively. Why are we missing free throws? Just why? Just like that kills me, man. It kills, especially when it hits the back iron. I'm like, yo, what is happening, bro? What is happening?
Yeah. If it wasn't lane violation, if I was Josh Hart, I'd just stand in the key in his face, because I bet you make the free throw that way, because he just seems to like the defense so much that you need somebody in your face at the free throw line. But that's the beauty though of Jalen Brunson, right? You talked about the slow start. That's the beauty of this new Knicks team, this starting 5. Like with the slow start, we were still smacking the Pacers. You know what I mean? OG Anunoby, we talked about it. That's when he was thriving the most, was in that first half when OG was out there getting buckets. It was him and Cat that started things off. And then second quarter, Mikal Bridges, and then now Jalen Brunson started to figure it out. That's the beauty of this team. Like if this was last year at this point of the season, if Jalen Brunson wasn't getting it going early, we might have been struggling and going back and forth as the game went on. We're finding out right now with this 5, like as long as everyone stays aggressive, keeps their foot on the gas, like everyone has an opportunity to go and get theirs while the captain, Jalen Brunson, figures his out and he gets his, because he will get his. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, Jalen Brunson is going to get his. And Jalen Brunson did a good job moving the ball around too, knowing his shot wasn't going down, hence the 5 assists. Once the shot went down, the assist went out the window because he ain't passed since, because he had the 5 assists in the first half. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I got my shot back, stop passing. But, that's what, captain things, MVP things. He can do what he wants. But that like I said, to me, it was one of those things, like the bad shooting didn't even matter because OG was doing his thing. Karl-Anthony Towns was doing his thing. Then Mikal Bridges started looking like, Kobe and the elbow fadeaways and stuff like that. So I love that. I love that. That's something that we couldn't really say on a consistent basis in the past, that we have other guys that can take over when JB's cooled off. So that's a storyline we're going to be paying attention to the whole season. Can that continue to be the case? Anytime JB has an off night, can the other guys step in? Let's see. We're going to find that out as the year goes on. Someone said in the chat, consistency, right? So we're gonna keep an eye on that.
And shout out to Aldi. Shout out to Aldi for being a franchise channel member. He said, bro, everyone missed only 1 free throw each. Yes, I get that, but it's just like seeing the history of everybody the past couple of seasons. Like, if it was just like once in a while thing, nah. But we've seen stretches in the past where it's like it's more than just 1 free throw in a night. And so that's why I'm like, even when I see just one, like tonight, I'm just like, it just kills me. It just kills me because I've seen it in the past. But you bring up a good point, and I actually had this written down in my notes. And so with the slow start from Brunson, like, where does this leave you then for this team moving forward? So, like, if Brunson's able to do you believe that this can happen on a night-to-night basis where it's okay for Brunson to have a slow start and the rest of the team will pick him up? Or is it just like it's okay for certain matchups? Or do you think this can happen through any course throughout the season because this starting 5 is just capable of just getting into that groove offensively?
So I think consistently, I think Mikal and Cat can do that. I think that they've shown Mikal in his right. I mean, went to Brooklyn and started averaging 20 a night, and Cat is Cat. We know first overall pick. We know his record. I think, like I said, with the consistency, what my eye is on is Josh Hart. Is he gonna continue to be okay? I'll be aggressive in attack, or is he gonna revert right back into driving? I don't feel like shooting. I think that's where you really pay attention to. But your question is, do I think they can? Yeah, I definitely think they can. I think Karl-Anthony Towns is a guy that can score at every level. We saw it tonight. Mikal Bridges is definitely a guy that can score at every level. So at the very least, you got those 2 guys that will do that, whether Brunson is on or off. It's really about OG staying consistent with or staying aggressive and looking for his shot when those opportunities arise. And same thing with Josh Hart. That's really what I'm looking at. It's those 2 guys. Like, I want to see a version of this every game. I'm not expecting them to be averaging 15 a night or nothing like that, but there's no reason why Josh Hart should be ending with 4 points in the game, or OG Anunoby should be ending with the 6 or 4 points in the game as well. I just don't, especially as starters. That's a them not being aggressive enough kind of thing. Like, there's no way. So they're the ones I'm paying attention to. But as far as Cat and Mikal, I definitely think it's possible. I definitely think that he can lean on them when his shot isn't going off in the beginning. I definitely think so.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I think this team does have the luxury at this point where they don't have to, because like in seasons past, you needed to either rely on Brunson or Randall, and mainly Brunson, to get everything rolling, right? We needed Brunson's offensive genius or brilliance, whatever you want to call it, for this team to really thrive. The last 2 seasons he's been on this team. This year, it feels like you don't need to rely on it, just because, as you mentioned, Cat being the offensive threat that he can be, Bridges, we know that he can, supplement some offense as well.
Yeah,
I agree with you, man. I think this team does have that luxury where you don't need Brunson to start off always being at his best, and it's okay because he does have the supporting cast to pick up when he is like off to a slow start. Or if he was just having a rough shooting night, which we've seen in the past too. Not many, doesn't happen often, but it's still there.
It's on occasion for sure.
Yep. So, man, with that being said, we go into the weekend as we're about to wrap up the show. How are you feeling about the Knicks against the Cavs on Monday night. We'll wrap up there.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be very fun. Cavs look good right now. Cavs are a team that I'm always like really cold on because I just don't believe in them. I don't like how that could, because they're just too inconsistent for me. But right now they're feeling themselves. Right now for us, we want to continue to show that we're a top 3 team. So I think that the Knicks going to put a little extra effort in. But I like our chances, man. But big test for Cat. They got, they got Allen Mobley down there. Just Cat by his lonesome. I think that's going to be interesting. But other than that, man, I'm always taking Jalen Brunson over every other team's point guard. So not worried about no Darius Garland, like especially if we got Mikal, that's probably going to go guard him. OG with what's his name with Donnie. Like it shouldn't be an issue. But it's going to be a fun one, man. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But I'm definitely looking at the Knicks taking that dub for sure. Look at them 2-0. They feeling themselves. And look at my most improved player, my pick, Evan Mobley. He's looking good. But Karl-Anthony Towns going to end that.
I like that. And I think the Knicks, they're home against the Cavs on Monday, 7:30 p.m. I like the Knicks in this matchup too. I think offensively, this team is just going to be tough to keep up with. And I think the Cavs, even though they have offensive firepower as well, I don't think they have enough to slow this team down. And I think with the wings that we have, if you're going to put Bridges and OG on Garland and Mitchell, I think they should be slowed down. You're not going to completely stop them, but I think you slow them down enough where the Knicks offense can just, get into rhythm and show what they did tonight, or replicate what they did against the Indiana Pacers. So I agree with you on that. And with that, CK, I think we can end there.
Sounds good.
Post Game Live. So salute to Knicks Nation once again for joining another KFTV Post Game Live. The New York Knicks beat the brakes off the Indiana Pacers 123-98. They get the dub. They get right back on track. They had a we're home. We're gonna knock these guys out. We're gonna be all set and move forward and start a winning streak. Just start a winning streak. And that is what we did tonight. So shout out to them for getting the job done tonight. Shout out to you for tapping in as always. Shout out to all our franchise channel members, man. I see you all in here. We got JJ in here. We got Randy Johnson. We got P-Dub in here as well. I know Rambo's in here. We got G5. Shout out to you. We got the Chief Mod and Operations team. Shout out to all the mods as well. Shout out to Aldi as you for being a franchise channel member. Who else we got in here, man? Who else we got in here? CK, is there anybody you want to shout? Shout out to Rare Edition as well. Jay Reed, CK, anybody you see in here you want to shout out?
Yeah, love the members, man. Shout out to the homies, Jamaica Queens, Frank White. Appreciate them. You talked about Eddie. Also, shout out to everyone who stayed here through the doom and gloom of the unfortunate Game 1 loss of the Yankees. Like, we're glad you guys got it out and still stayed. We understand. But shout out to all of you guys. Shout out to Josh Smooth, AP, been with it. Yeah, man. We always appreciate you guys. Win, loss, in between, bad trade, good trade. Y'all are real. We're almost at 90,000. So hit that sub if you haven't already.
Yes, sir. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and hit that thumbs up button for your boys, John Talento and Junior Chrome. I see you guys in here as well. Shout out to you guys for being OGs. All right. Shout out to both of you for always being here first. Like these guys are always in here first, and they're OGs, man. So shout out to both of you guys. All right. And make sure to support our sponsors. Make sure to support DraftKings. All right. Use that promo code KFTV. Spend $5 and get up to $200 in instant bonus cash on all bets. And on top of that, support our other sponsor, Manscaped. Use that promo code KFTV to get 20% off and free shipping. And look, if you can't catch us live, we are on every audio listening platform. You can catch us on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, Alexa, you name it. We are at all those locations. We're there, man. We're there. We're at all those locations. All right. All those audio streaming platforms. So you never have to miss a beat. We got you covered 24/7. All right. But thank you all for tuning for another KFTV post game live. We'll be back again, man, for another post game after we face the Cavs, man. And we're going to beat them again. We're going to beat them, man. We're going to beat the Cavs, as CK said. All right. So thank you all again. We'll catch you later. We out.